First of all, I want to thank you all for coming to my mini lecture. I think many of us can agree, lectures may not be the brightest part of our days, but the important thing is that we learn something. So let's begin and hopefully learn something. What lecture did I attend? I attended an interesting hall about how to write an essay. This was a great refresher since I have not personally done one in about a year's time. The FSW FYE Club sponsored the event in their main lecture hall in, I believe, Q221. The writing intensive class was focused on creating a thesis statement. A student led the seminar named Monica Moore. She was our student professor. So the layout of the class followed exactly how an essay would flow, from top to bottom. First of all, we talked about the introduction with a hook, something to grab the audience's attention. Monica went over some of the basic hooks used in college papers. One was opening with a question, simple yet effective. Monica then touched on thesis statements, which we will come back to heavily. She finished up explaining how to write the rest of the introduction. Body paragraphs were simple and quick. Monica opened with transitions, explaining how important it is to connect your ideas and the paragraphs together. Without transitions, the ideals you have do not flow properly. Transitions are simple at first, second, and third. Then Monica moved on to show us how to regurgitate your thesis statement ideas into your body paragraphs. This forms each paragraph's main points and features what facts are important. Then Monica went as far to show us how to make your facts strong with some support. This in-depth explanation pointed out how strong versus weak facts really build an essay. Finally, it's important to choose the idea before moving on to the next. It's important to close the idea before moving on to the next paragraph. Like moving on now. Next, we went over on how to close an essay. Monica told us how that apparently most essays lack a clear closing in the end of ideals. No, she told us that apparently most essays lack a clear closing at the end. One must first open the closing paragraph. This can be as simple as restating the opening statement of the essay, like your first question that formed the hook. Then a writer must restate their main ideals. This spotlights the thesis statement in the essay again. Then and only then can you close your essay. Think of this like you can finally crumple up that 5-paragraph piece of paper. This'll work. You've been wanting to do all day. This means the ending has to be strong. Leave your readers something to think about. Maybe about one of the 3 points, a question, or just how good that essay was. Since this was a thesis statement heavy class, we jumped right back into the thesis statements. Told you we'd be coming back to it. We dug through many examples of strong versus weak. A weak statement just lists ideas A, B, and C. It simply just goes right there. Point A, point B, then here's point C. Nothing in between. Instead of listing the ideals, try using the 2 sentences to make the thesis statement flow much cleaner, breaking them up with more words than just a comma. And my opinion of the class, there was very little respect from the audience. Most were there simply for their... No, don't do that. Most were there for the GPS assignments and did not care. There was talking and the occasional camera flash in the middle of the lecture just because they wanted their selfie and then to dip out super quick. The audience absolutely sucked. Monica kept trucking though. She never actually sent me that copy of the PowerPoint. professor was really good. But I asked her at the end, after standing in that line, basically to send me a copy of the lecture, and she did not. Oh well. The worst part was when I was standing in line, we were put aside while these GPS freshmen could run up front and get their selfie with the professor and it run out. GPS and these whole Cornerstone projects, they really ruin these lectures, because I've seen this happen many, many times before. In closing, thank you for listening to me speak in this random office, and good luck next semester. How was that, audience?